It's not realistic, real IELTS tests. So I'm down because I did the pause. I think maybe I'm off correct. So okay, I'll say my answer right now. It's 11 is F, 12 is B, and 13 is C, and 14 is E, and 15 is A, and 16 is G. Let's check it out later. And at the very end of the video, they have answers and explanations. Okay, so before me, they just have 10 seconds for people to read. I mean, it's it's a little bit tight. A lot the time is a little bit tight, but we're now officially, so I have time. I can pause the video right now. Okay, so let's check out the answers. The questions first. Sorry. The question says 17 to 20. Okay, so choose two letters A to E. Okay, where the two historical use of the park? Okay, so we can just like what is the use of B and in that park about that building? Okay, so maybe it's a music festival. Maybe it's a combination and oh my gosh, hard to pronounce these words. Let me see how to pronounce this word.
Accommodation.
Accommodation, yeah, accommodation. Yeah, it's like a living room, just accommodation, just living. I think it's a house, accommodation. Yeah, music festival and accommodation and farming. Yeah, just like farmers, they do farming there. As D is sports and E is dog walking. Okay, so let's check out. Let's see, and what's the two historical uses of the park. 17 to 20. So the first two is should be like 16 and 18. Okay, let's see.
Now, before you go, I just want to fill you in on some of the amazing history of Foster Park. It's actually one of Brixton's most popular green open spaces. Historically, the park was used for a wide range of purposes. Just over 100 years ago, farmers used to graze their cattle and sheep on it. It's hard to believe that there used to be animals like that roaming in the middle of the city. The only animal you see on it nowadays are dogs. Oh, and interestingly, just after World War II, the park
just World War II,
was used to house newly arrived immigrants and returning soldiers. It was lined with tents and makeshift houses. Nowadays, it's mainly used for sporting events.
So you can see it shouldn't be like it's sports because nowadays this is nowadays, so it's nowadays is the park uses for sports, but so before go back to the World War II, they use to like arrange the soldiers, right? So it should be accommodation. It's accommodation. Yeah, gosh, accommodation. Okay,
including cricket and football.
Sorry.
And there's the occasional.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to hold on. Accommodation. Wait a minute. ACCON sorry. Accommodation, temporary, just a temporary buildings, temporary building.
Accommodation.
Yeah, accommodation is temporary is temporary. It's temporary buildings for people living. Just temporary is for like a short time, like maybe just a month or 2 months, is 3 months, just place temporary building. Okay, so that's right. Okay, so
festival as well. In fact, there's one on this weekend. The park is also home to a number of buildings and structures, including a community centre and a tennis club. The community.
Oh, sorry. So
the only animal you see on it nowadays are dogs.
So we're going to like question 19 and 20 and the last two one. Okay, so let's check out the questions first. And the question is about what two buildings were demolished in the park. Demolished. What's the meaning of demolished? I just like destroyed. Demolished. Okay, demolish, just pull something down. Yeah, knock down. Yeah, that was a demolished. Okay, this hard. This word I want to just try to memorize it. I just write it down on my notes. DEMOLISHED. 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 D demo. Okay. Demolished. Okay, so demolish. Let's see, check out some questions. Like simple examples. The house was demolished by to make a way of for shopping center. Yes, like yes, it's very especially in China. We can see a lot of our house, and they were demolished by our governments, and they want to trying to build a new house. And on the other hand, and those people whose house were was demolished by the government, and they will get a lot of money. Oh my God, I'm so jealous, even. Okay, anyways,
Oh,
let's
and
go back.
interestingly, just after World War II, the park music festival as well. In fact, there's one on this weekend. The park is also home to a number of buildings and structures, including a community centre and a tennis club.
Tennis club.
The community centre was the old weekend. There's the occasional music festival events, including cricket and football. And there's the occasional music festival as well. In fact, there's one on this weekend. The park is also home to a number of buildings and structures, including a community centre and a tennis club. The community centre was the old caretaker's cottage. Quite a lot of work went into renovating that building.
Oh yes, I'm sorry to say that. Just like they didn't mention. Okay, we're going to the next question. They just they use this they use the street. I mean they say straightly and without a stop to say okay, this is for next question. Okay, so let's.
But it's great that they've retained almost all of the original building. Now the tennis club is built on the site of what was an old school. Unfortunately, the school had to be knocked down. It was just too old to do. Unfortunately, the school had to be knocked down.
Unfortunately, the school has been knocked down. Knocked down, as we just searched, knocked down, demolished is a meaning of demolished. I'm sorry, demolished is a meaning of knocked down. Yeah. Okay, so just my keyboard was falling down on my desktop. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead. Demolish, just like a school. It should be C. The 19 should be C. Okay, let's go
It
ahead.
was just too old to do up, and it was unsafe. The tennis club, thankfully, is brand new and looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
The other building that was torn down, which was a relief as
yeah, we heard about torn down. Torn down is a cinema. It's a synonym. It's a similar meaning of the knockdown. So let's listen it. What's it torn down?
Amazing. The other building that was torn down, which was a relief as far as I'm concerned, was an old electricity substation.
Old electricity substation. Oh my God. It should be the electric substation is like it's like your center. I mean, your cities and all your cities like electrics made in layer. I guess it's called electrics. It's called the electric substation.
It was a terrible looking old building. The council have plans to build a
we're
shelter
done
shed
with
there
like
one day, but not in the near
17
future.
to 20, and the answer is C, B, C, D. Okay, so we can check out later.
Okay, that was part
see.
2.
Let's
well done. Let's get straight into part 3.
I mean, the part 3 is a little bit difficult. I mean, than part 2 and part 1. And when turns to part 4, it's more difficult than the part 3. But I mean, after Sunday and last Sunday, I was practice about part 4. So I think it's it's a familiar with that. But part 3, I haven't practiced for a while, so it might be I mean how to say that, just it might be tricky tough for me right now. Okay, just go without further. Okay, so because part 3 is due to part three is I haven't practiced it, so I wanted to before the speaking started, I want to review the questions by myself first. Okay, so how did Jamie choose the topic for her presentation? Okay, so how did she choose the presentation? Because what kind of reason? And A is she saw a film about it, and B is the issue has been in the media recently, and because the media just has been literally reported every day. And C is one of her parents is an expert on it, and the question C is about her parents is really good at it, and so that's why she choose that topic because she can. That means she can get some help from her parents. Okay, so 22 is Jamie says that before this presentation, and before this presentation, what did James say? Okay, A is she was indifferent towards to issue, and B is she was strongly in favor of GMO food, just strongly in favor. And GMO food is genetically modified food, just like food is used some scientists made it. It's not nature's food. Okay, so C is let's check out C is she knew only one side of the argument. Okay, so yeah, let's go to 23. In relation to social media, the professor advised Jamie to. Okay, so this is her professor just gave her some advice suggestions. Let's see. Okay, A, ignore articles with political messages. Okay, B is to be aware of the techniques marketers use. Be aware of techniques marketers use. Okay, and kind of confusing about it. Okay, C is only trust the stories from mainstream media. Okay, I don't think so. That will be because nowadays mainstream media they have their own bias. I gotta say every media they has their biases, not just like a mainstream media. Okay, so let's go 24. And what does Jimmy say about using technology in his presentation? And then what did she uses? Definitely she used technology in his presentation. And let's check out and when talk about when she talk about technology in his presentation. Okay, so A is she found it's harder than she had expected. It's she's at beginning of this presentation, she think if she use the technology, it would be easy for her to use, but actually it's not. So B is she found she should have been more ambitious. Yes, I think that may be correct. C is she felt distracted from her message. Okay, I think I don't know what's the meaning of distracted. Okay, let's find out distracted. DSTRE. Okay. Let's see. What's this? It's back. Okay.
Distracted.
Distracted. Oh my God, it's distracted. Okay. Okay, she felt distracted from her message. Okay, so she feels crazy. Okay, so let's go. Okay, let's check it out.
Hi Jamie, thanks for coming in today. And let me start by saying well done on a really great presentation.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I was actually very impressed with the class overall, and I could see you'd put in a lot of work.
I